Hey everyone, we're going to continue reading in Genesis. I'm in the Classic Amplified. I'm on chapter 13. So Abram went out of Egypt, he and his wife and all that they had, and Lot was with him, into the south country of Judah. Now Abram was extremely rich in livestock and in silver and gold, and he journeyed on from the south, so country of Judah, the Negeb, as far as Bethel, to the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Ai, where he had built an altar at first, and there Abram called on the name of the Lord. But Lot, who went with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents. And now the land was not able to nourish and support them, so they could dwell together, for their possessions were too great for them to live together. And there was strife between herdsmen of Abram's cattle and the herdsmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite were dwelling then in the land, making fodder more difficult to obtain. So Abram said to Lot, "Let there be no strife, I beg of you, between you and me, or between your herdsmen and my herdsmen, for we are relatives. Is not the whole land before you? Separate yourself, I beg of you, from me. If you take the left hand, then I will go to the right, or if you choose the right hand, I will go to the left." And Lot looked and saw that everywhere in the Jordan Valley was well watered. Before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, it was all like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as you go to Zoar. Then Lot chose for himself all the Jordan Valley, and he traveled east, so they separated. Abram dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of Jordan, the valley, and moved his tent as far as Sodom, and dwelt there. The men of Sodom were wicked and exceedingly great sinners against the Lord. The Lord said to Abram after Lot had left him, "Lift up now your eyes and look from the place where you are, northward and southward, eastward and westward. For all the land which you see, I will give to you, to your posterity forever. And I will make your descendants like the dust of the earth, so that if a man could count the dust of the earth, your descendants also be counted. Arise, walk through the land, the length of it and the breadth of it, for I will give it to you." And Abram moved his tent and came and dwelt among the oaks, terebinths of Mamre, it's Mamre, which are Hebron, and built there an altar to the Lord. So Abram decided to change the argument by putting a stop to it and saying, okay, you just decide where you want to live. You can have whatever you want. And he trusted that it was going to work out. And Lot picked an area based on what he thought looked good, rather than asking God's opinion. And turns out later in the story, we'll find out that it's not a good place for his family to be. But Abram does get the land he was originally called to have, despite even offering it up as an option. And so we're about to see what that looks like. I love that God told him to walk the land. I think that's an important thing to do. But also it says, in going back to what Lot did, he looked and saw everywhere around the Jordan Valley. Well, he said because it looked before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, it was all like the garden of the Lord, so like the Eden garden. So that means it was proliferative, it had a lot of vegetation, it looked really beautiful. But even in this verse of 10, and so chapter 13, verse 10, it's telling you what's to come. So just very interesting. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I hope that you're engaging in the word more and that you're looking through more things. But it's been fun, so I'll see you on the next one.